Tonight, bailout approved. The Duluth City Council approves a massive amount of cash to help Spirit Mountain make ends meet. Plus, the divide between the Iron Range and the Twin Cities widens as a longtime leader in the Senate is challenged. And later, a brutally cold few days are on tap, which could put key components of your home at risk. We'll tell you what you need to know to stay protected.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Kristen has the night off tonight. Spirit Mountain bailout. That's what some would call the approval of funding tonight in the amount of $235,000 for the ski area. Spirit Mountain felt the impact after last weekend's blizzard forced most of the 2019 Amsoil Snowcross events to be canceled. The event is critical to the mountain's bottom line, so leaders there asked the city for that big chunk of money to help soften the blow. CBS 3's Jesse Slater was at tonight's city council meeting and has the latest.
Council chambers were packed Monday night as snow sport lovers made a plea with the council to save Spirit Mountain.
Spirit Mountain is important to the city of Duluth. It is owned by the city of Duluth. It's not a handout. It's not a subsidy.
Following the cancellation of the annual Snowcross event, the mountain needed a way to make up for those funds. Their solution? A $235,000 ask from the city's tourism tax fund in order to meet employees' payrolls for the remainder of the season.
The tourism tax was created to help fund these very initiatives.
Many employees from the mountain spoke Monday night, saying it's owned by the city of Duluth and operates as an authority of the city.
Just like the deck, the airport, the zoo, the aquarium, the DTA, and our fine folks at Visit Duluth.
However, even some ski lovers weren't sold on the funding request.
Okay, I do look at it as a bailout. I do look at it as the government picking my pocket when I'm not looking.
The majority of the council agreed. The recreational facility is important to attract visitors to the area.
I don't necessarily love that the emergency nature of this is coming forward to us, but it definitely is appropriate.
Now, they're focused on what's in the best long-term interest for the city.
We know that Spirit Mountain can be profitable and can pay and have those cash flow issues resolved, but we might need to make sure that they are resolved for the long term.
Though the council approved tonight's request, they stress they don't want the tourism tax fund to be abused. They are hoping to look into a potential task force that could determine the feasibility of Spirit Mountain going forward. Also tonight in council business, City Council President Noah Hobbs and Councilor Gary Anderson introduced an ordinance that would prohibit conversion therapy in Duluth. The therapy is the practice of trying to change an individual's sexual orientation using psychological or spiritual interventions. Superior and Minneapolis approved similar legislation this year. The council could vote on that measure during the next meeting. We'll head over to Dave now for a quick look at weather. Dave, a couple slippery roads still out there for a lot of us.
Frankly, a lot of slippery roads, even here in Duluth. So let's look at the map. Conditions are improving in Minnesota, but slowly. So the blue indicates many numerous slippery stretches still out there. Please be cautious overnight and tomorrow morning for the commute. In Wisconsin, where the snow is heavier, most roads are indeed reported as snow covered and with a touch of ice mixed in towards the UP and Iron County. There's some tricky conditions there as well. Ice covered roads to watch out for. Hopefully things do pick up and get better, but it will get colder here tonight. Wind chill advisory in effect for Minnesotans, and until midnight, Iron County still has that winter storm warning going, but the quick forecast for tomorrow says cold start, 10 below. Sunny finish, but a high of only 0. How long will the cold snap last? Answer we'll give you in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Law enforcement around the region reported several crashes since the snow started to fly last night. As of 2 o'clock this afternoon, Duluth police had responded to 18 weather-related crashes. No one was hurt in those. Statewide, the State Patrol responded to roughly 250 crashes as of 5:30 tonight. 3 of those resulted in injuries. 2 State Patrol cars and a St. Louis County Rescue Squad vehicle were also damaged in different crashes. Minnesota OSHA officials say they're investigating what they call a serious injury at UPM Blandon in Grand Rapids. A Caring Bridge site lists the injured person as Scott Kleinendorst. It says he suffered a severe brain injury and broke multiple bones, including 17 ribs. OSHA officials say the company has to respond, and usually within 7 days. The agency says they're responding to the case through a non-formal complaint letter. There's growing drama tonight within the Minnesota's DFL party. Longtime Senate Leader Tom Bach of Cook is facing a challenge from another Democrat for his role as minority leader. The challenger is coming from a Twin Cities senator. CBS 3's John Cardinelli spoke to one of our region's top political analysts for more on what this could mean for the state DFL party and the Iron Range.
The DFL has always had an internal clash.
Twin Cities versus the Iron Range conflict go back all the way to the beginning of the Iron Range.
Iron Range author and college instructor Aaron Brown says a new school DFL party has brought about this clash between Senator Susan Kent and longtime Senator Tom Bach.
She's representative of a number of interests of new members of the DFL caucus from the suburban area and places like that. That's the pressure that's on this situation with the DFL in the state Senate.
And Brown points out this isn't so much about North versus South, but rather a demographic change within the party.
That is a sign of really where the DFL party has been headed, more appealing to educated suburban voters who are more focused on not necessarily just environmental issues, but education and those kinds of issues.
Bach has been a part of the Minnesota legislature for 25 years and has spent the better part of this decade as DFL Senate leader. He's credited with helping the Iron Range economically, but his political strategies have drawn criticism from the younger members of the party.
I think one of the biggest criticisms against Senator Bach has been that he has kept a lot of debate and a lot of deal-making out of the public eye. And that's one of the reasons, perhaps, for the dissatisfaction in his caucus.
With the DFL holding a caucus meeting to make the decision soon, it's hard to say whether Bach will keep his leadership role down in St. Paul.
I don't dare offer a prediction. I only would speculate that Senator Kent wouldn't have made this public announcement of a challenge if she didn't believe she had a real chance at getting those votes. So I would predict at minimum a close vote.
Brown said if Bach loses his leadership role, it could have a negative economic impact on the range because he wouldn't be an or an advocate. We did reach out to both Senator Kent and Bach. Senator Bach responded saying he does not discuss internal caucus matters. Kent did not respond. There is no date set for the caucus meeting. The leader of the Wisconsin National Guard will step down after going against federal law. The resignation comes after a federal review found systematic failures by the organization in its handling of sexual assault and harassment allegations. The report shows top commander Major General Donald Dunbar improperly launched his own investigations into sexual assault complaints, going against federal law and procedures. He had his staff conduct internal investigations in 22 out of 35 reported cases of sexual misconduct. The report says the investigators at times falsely represented themselves and were poorly trained, which oftentimes resulted in incomplete findings. Lawmakers expressed shock at the report.
Troubling what has been happening, and I certainly appreciate and thank Governor Evers and Senator Tammy Baldwin for initiating this investigation. I appreciate the hard work and the thoroughness that the investigators took upon themselves, interviewing, looking at the investigations.
An interim commander will take over in the new year. Today, Governor Tony Evers asked Dunbar to resign and later signed an executive order demanding the Guard update its protocols and procedures. Meanwhile, Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin reacted to the announcement today, saying she has a tremendous amount of respect for members of the Wisconsin National Guard. She said they deserve a work environment free from sexual assault, harassment, and the fear of retaliation. A Duluth man has learned his sentence after leading police on a chase at the Duluth International Airport last year. A judge sentenced 37-year-old Christopher Dunker to 5 years probation. He also has to pay more than $9,500 in damages to the airport. Dunker was found guilty of 2 felonies, criminal damage to property and fleeing police in a motor vehicle. He was also charged with misdemeanor driving under the influence. This all happened in November of last year. Authorities responded to the airport on reports of a vehicle crashing through the gate and driving on the runway. Court documents say Dunker also admitted to taking meth on the morning of the incident. An updated environmental review for Enbridge's Line 3 says an oil spill from the replacement pipeline would have no serious impacts on Lake Superior. State regulators ordered that updated review after a Minnesota court declared an earlier review inadequate. That's because it failed to specifically address the potential impacts of a spill into the Lake Superior watershed. Enbridge says the study found none of the simulations resulted in oil reaching Spirit Lake or entering Lake Superior, even in high flow conditions. A public comment period runs through January 16th. Now, if the Public Utilities Commission decides the update is adequate, Enbridge hopes to start construction of the Minnesota and North Dakota segments of the replacement pipeline in mid-2020. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Court of Appeals today struck down a water permit for the state's largest iron ore facility. The permit dealt with the tailings basin at U.S. Steel-operated Mintac. The agency renewed the permit last year during a long dispute over whether Mintac had to comply with a state law. The law worked to protect wild rice by limiting sulfate discharges. Today's ruling sends the dispute back to the MPCA for further proceedings. U.S. Steel and mine critics have 30 days to ask the Minnesota Supreme Court to review the case. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, everything you need to know to protect your home as sub-zero temps are poised to arrive in the Northland. And later, impeachment articles coming. Democrats unveil plans to draft 2 as they rush to get a vote later this month.
30 below is the record cold temperature from 1876. Tomorrow morning we'll be halfway there. Some towns could drop as cold as 15 below. And we'll talk about the length and duration of this cold snap coming up after our break.
Welcome to Toyotathon.
Hey.
Ready for a great deal?
You know it.
With savings on Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more, it really is the most magical time of the year. Can you pretend you didn't see this?
But I'm seeing it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a spacious new 2019 Toyota Highlander.
You never know what you'll find at Toyotathon. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
You have a passion for the outdoors, and it runs year-round. Join fellow ice anglers and winter enthusiasts in Duluth when Eskimo presents the Arrowhead Ice Fishing and Winter Show. The season's top brands and newest technology are available with special show pricing. It'll be the biggest sale of the year. Fish at the frozen basin and win your share of prizes and certificates valued at over $10,000. For more details on all the activities and guest celebrities, visit mniceshow.com. Fun for the entire family starts this Friday at the Deck in Duluth.
The holiday season is truly the most wonderful time of the year. It's the perfect time to explore Duluth's beautiful downtown waterfront district. Enjoy our lights and sights of the season, local shops, restaurants, and entertainment. Duluth's Greater Downtown Council invites you to experience our city anew. Come downtown to find the perfect gift, enjoy a delicious meal, and reconnect with family and friends. Shop, dine, and celebrate together in Duluth's downtown waterfront district this holiday season.
On the economy, a unique leader, Mike Bloomberg's created over 400,000 jobs. As president, an opportunity economy that works for us. Tax fairness, where the wealthy pay their fair share. Education, affordable college and high-skilled vocational training so people can succeed in the new economy. Economic security, lower-cost health care, and affordable middle-class housing. Proven leadership on jobs to build an economy where people don't just get by, they get ahead.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
However you say happy holidays, say it on a cake from DQCakes.com. For the warm and cozy. For the unprepared. For the thought that counts. And for the cake you actually want to eat. At DQCakes.com, you can choose from hundreds of designs, and in a few easy clicks, pick a cake, pick a design, and create the perfect holiday cake. Say happy holidays at DQCakes.com. This is fan food, not fast food.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, now that we've come towards 10 p.m., we're starting to get snow reports out of the South Shore. and they're getting pretty impressive, though there's a few areas outside the South Shore that are rivaling these numbers. So Poplar, 10.5 inches. Isabella, just down the road from my hometown of Ely, 10 inches. So there's the rivalry there. Iron Range, Vermilion Range versus the South Range. Guile, 9.5 inches. Bayfield, 9.5. Lake Nebagamon, 9 straight up. Herbster, 8.8. Cable, 8. Brimson 8. So again, there's a Minnesota town rivaling a Wisconsin town. The snow should be ending very nicely already for Minnesotans. Wisconsinites may hold on to a few more dribbles of snow here until about midnight or so. UP as well. And then tomorrow, clear and cold around the region. So we'll talk about that in just a bit. Right now we talk about the current conditions, which show that Duluth has already dropped to 2 below. The northwest wind going 10 miles per hour will help then egg on a wind chill advisory for all of Minnesota. Wisconsin and Michigan off the hook for that. 29.93 is the barometric pressure. That'll go up as Arctic high pressure settles in to clear the sky, both for Tuesday and Wednesday. Next snow chance may be with us on Thursday. Right now, still 13 above for Watersmeet, 12 above Ironwood, 10 in Ashland, 7 Hayward, but only 1 above Superior, 2 below in Hermantown, 7 below towards Hibbing and Grand Rapids as well, 8 degrees below 0 in Orr. Could be as cold as 15 below along border country here, and as warm as perhaps 0 or so for northwestern Wisconsin during the overnight. So the cold is coming. Will be with us for 2 days before it breaks again by Thursday. Right now, the Doppler map shows that the snow is pretty much wrapping up here in Minnesota, and still a couple of little flurries going on in Wisconsin. Still looking at that winter storm warning in effect for Iron County till midnight tonight, and then things should fade away for everybody as the high pressure pushes in here overnight. And as it does so tomorrow, of course, it's going to bring in the sun, but keep up the cold all the way through perhaps Wednesday or so. Then come Thursday, new low pressure system brings our next chance of snow that might stick around for about 3 days. Here's the forecast then. Tonight in Minnesota, we get a clearing sky very slowly with low temps from 15 below inland to 5 below by the lake. And for Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps there could be as cold as 10 below towards Cable and Hayward, and as warm as 0 around Ironwood and Bessemer. A little more snow till midnight for that neck of the woods. Then tomorrow, daytime highs, Wisconsin, Michigan, 2 to 6 above. Clear to partly cloudy sky. Clear to partly cloudy for Minnesota as well, but that sunshine won't do much. 3 below high temp inland, 5 above maybe by the lake. And it'll be even chillier on Wednesday, Tony. But then the clouds come, temperatures go up, and snow chances return for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 30 to 60% chances for light stuff. That's what it looks like right now. Nothing like today, nothing like last Monday. But once that passes by Sunday and Monday of next week, the cooler temperatures come to call again. So December-style weather here for the holiday season, and it looks like we're not going to really dislodge it for the next 7 days.
Next 7 days or the next 6 months, Dave?
Good point, Tony.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, with frigid temperatures on their way, as Dave was just mentioning, and already 3 snowstorms in the books, experts say now is the time to be thinking about winterizing your home. CBS 3's Ryan Campo has the details.
Greenhouse Solution is one of several companies in the Northland that winterizes homes. They're urging homeowners to take steps now before it's too late.
What hides behind the rim joist in a lot of cases can be moisture, which can start leading to things like mold or bacteria growth or rot in your wood. It's also where a lot of insects, mice, and critters like to get into the house. When we seal up the rim, we keep out cold air, we keep out damp air, we keep out dust, we keep out mold spores.
A few simple recommendations. Check your windows and doors to make sure they are closed properly, proper insulation in your home, and sealing up your rim joist to stop the air from getting out.
Air is moving through insulation. It doesn't have any R value. It just doesn't work. So that's why we're replacing this today.
Workers inside this home Monday showed us firsthand of what your insulation shouldn't look like.
Having airflow through these, and that's where you're getting a lot of your heat loss and a lot of stuff coming into the house. And that's evidenced because on the back of this piece, we can see how it's all dark and dusty.
Winterizing your home will not only help your comfort during the cold weather months, but also can have a huge impact on your checkbook and the environment. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a monumental decision is made in the impeachment proceedings. Details coming up.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. New state-of-the-art dealership, same President's Award-winning service. KohlerToyota.com.
Toyotathon is on at Cary Toyota in Superior, making now the time to save on an SUV for winter. Get 0% and up to $3,500 off 2019 Highlanders. Or get this SR5 Premium 4Runner for just $37,033, a true four-wheel drive vehicle. Plus, with every sale, Cary Toyota will make a donation to the Salvation Army.
And our reserved parking spots are back at the Miller Hill Mall. So customers, stop by Cary Toyota and get your parking pass today.
Toyotathon is on at Cary Toyota in Superior.
This Christmas, Fleet Farm has every gift for every list. We've got the biggest selection and the biggest savings on everything they're big into. Know someone who's big into cooking? Lodge Cast Iron Cookware is 15% off our low fleet price. Or for that special someone who's big into ice fishing, a Fat Fish pop-up ice shelter is just $279.99. If we don't have it, you won't want to give it. Fleet Farm. Gifts are big here.
The Dish voice remote just got even more powerful. Why'd we put so much technology in there?
You don't think I've watched a lot of football?
You want to put a little wager on it? Bet.
So you can settle that bet without ever taking your eyes off the game.
How many D1 football teams are there?
What you do with that power?
Oh, it's gotta hurt.
Well, that is totally up to you.
Don't look so sad, man. Come on, we're having fun.
New Dish voice remote with the Google Assistant. Dish, tuned into you.
This year, Santa's got his naughty, nice, and now his shop local list. With a unique variety of shops and restaurants, there's something for everyone at Fichters. And for business or leisure, Fichters Inn is Duluth's premier lakefront getaway. Fichters. Shop, eat, sleep.
What are we thinking?
I'll have a steak.
Great. How do you like it?
Without having to dress up all fancy. With a couple sides included. And at a good price.
So...
medium rare.
Got it.
For a limited time, try our new top sirloin steak dinner. Steak and eggs. Steak quesadilla and more. For a limited time, only at Perkins. Nothing sweetens the season like a fresh baked pie from Perkins Holiday Bake Shop. Reserve yours today.
509 FXR, HJC, and Fly Snow Apparel at RJ Sport and Cycle.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
Democrats are poised to unveil 2 articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump later this week. Democrats are expected to put forward one charge of abuse of power and another of obstruction of Congress. Today's public impeachment hearing centered on both Democratic and Republican lawmakers laying out their legal case for and against the impeachment of the president. Democrats are continuing to say the president abused his power and obstructed justice, as Republicans argued that Democrats just want the president out of office. White House lawyers declined to participate in today's hearing. The full House could vote on impeachment before Christmas. Meanwhile, the FBI is investigating a possible act of terrorism in the shooting by a Saudi national at the Pensacola Naval Air Station. The FBI confirmed the shooter, 21-year-old Mohammed al-Shamrani, a member of the Royal Saudi Air Force, was active on social media 2 hours before the shooting spree. Someone matching his identity posted anti-American tweets before the killings. The FBI says the shooting was carried out with a legally purchased 9mm handgun. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is now calling to close federal loopholes that allows access to guns for foreign nationals. Kelly's here to talk a little bit about sports. What's on tap?
We got a little hockey.
Okay.
Girls high school hockey on the hill. Plus, historic. The Milwaukee Bucks look to continue their win streak. That's coming up.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV. Well, I get tons of HD. Spectrum has tons of HD. And we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals. I don't have that. Plus, sometimes in the rain, our services go out. Because of the dish on your roof?
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-916-4499.
And Spectrum Internet starts at 100 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-916-4499.
Coop's Pizza is the family favorite choice for pizza, Italian food, and sandwiches. Dine in, pick up carside, take and bake, or order Coop's frozen pizza online and get the great taste and fresh ingredients delivered for you to enjoy whenever you want. Coop's Pizza, Hayward, Wisconsin.
Have you been thinking of a new kitchen? Turn drab into fab. Skip's Home Center can make your outdated cooking space shine again with a new 10x10 oak kitchen for as little as $1,675. We have the largest selection of in-stock cabinets in the Northland and an outstanding team of professionals who can answer any questions you have. We also offer an at-home design viewer before purchasing so you know exactly how it'll look before owning. Buy today. Enjoy your new kitchen tonight. Visit us online at skipshomecenter.com or stop in and see our showroom at 4728 Rice Lake Road in Duluth.
My name is Dan Metcalf. I'm a general surgeon and a colorectal surgeon at Memorial Medical Center. I bring a new set of skills to Ashland, and some of what Ashland would allow me is a culture that is very patient-centered. That's a really important part of surgery or medicine in general, is really getting to know the people that you're taking care of. I get the joy of seeing patients every day and taking care of people every day and learning about their lives as well as fixing them.
On the economy, a unique leader, Mike Bloomberg's created over 400,000 jobs. As president, an opportunity economy that works for us. Tax fairness, where the wealthy pay their fair share. Education, affordable college and high-skilled vocational training so people can succeed in the new economy. Economic security, lower-cost health care, and affordable middle-class housing. Proven leadership on jobs to build an economy where people don't just get by, they get ahead.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
The Culligan high-efficiency water softener is the world's best. It's backed by the industry's strongest warranty and serviced by the world's largest local dealer network. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
The year is 2016. The Golden State Warriors have won 24 straight games in that infamous season. Maybe the best regular season ever in the NBA. Well, the Milwaukee Bucks, they've been doing that kind of as well this season. Maybe not to that level, but winners of 14 in a row and rolling at an efficiency that Milwaukee has never seen. Taking on the Magic tonight, first quarter, they called these guys the bench mob. Beautiful basket on the fast break, finished by an Ersan Ilyasova triple. To the second quarter, Giannis asserting his wheel inside, gathers and finishes the flush. That's a high percentage look and ultimately a 15th straight win for Milwaukee, 110-101, the final score. Timberwolves out in Phoenix to take on the Suns. Second quarter, Wolves come alive. Off the miss, Karl-Anthony Towns is trailing, follows with the putback jam. That ties things up at 52 apiece. Under 2:30 to go in the half, Wolves swing it out to Andrew Wiggins for the triple on the wing. Wolves had a 3-point lead heading into the half. This one just about to wrap up. At last check, Wolves trailed by 12. Girls high school hockey action up on the hill tonight. Duluth Marshall hosting Superior. First period, Meredith Betcher on the breakaway. Looks like she's a sure thing, but she's stopped by Katrina Casper, and that keeps the scoreless. Marshall strikes a few minutes later. Caitlin Breen takes a shot from the left circle. That one hits the back of the net, and the Toppers take a 1-0 lead. Still in the first, Toppers threatening again. Martin Friday feeds it to Laramie Pro with the backhanded pass. Marshall takes a 2-0 lead with that goal. They go on to score a few more, winning it 6-1, the final. There's no doubt that the UMD men's hockey team went into this past weekend with a bit of a chip on their shoulders. They certainly played that way. The Bulldogs capped off their 2019 conference campaign by getting out the brooms down in Omaha, defeating the then number 8 Mavericks Friday and Saturday. UMD moves up 3 spots to number 11. UMD scored a total of 10 goals on the Mavericks this weekend. They are off for finals and the holidays, but will be back in action for a non-conference series on the East Coast at Merrimack in Andover, Massachusetts at the end of December. And things didn't go as well for the UMD women's team, suffering a tough sweep at the hands of the best team in the entire country this past weekend. Wisconsin handed the Bulldogs their second sweep of the season. UMD stays put at number 10 in the latest USCHO poll. Wisconsin stays at number 1. UMD is off now until the new year when they host the Minnesota Cup starting on January 4th. It maybe wasn't the most exciting Vikings game you've ever witnessed, but hey, a win is a win. The Vikings improved to 9-4 overall with a 20-7 victory over Detroit on their own turf yesterday. Vikings defense recorded 5 sacks, 3 coming from Danielle Hunter alone. Kirk Cousins, maybe we should put him in the MVP talks, threw for 242 yards and a touchdown and spoke to the team's readiness they had for the matchup.
Well, we had a really good practice on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Really did everything we needed to do to be ready for this game, but that doesn't guarantee anything. And it was a weird one because it felt like we couldn't take a big step forward. It was either, you don't get it done and it's going to be a problem, or you win and you kind of shrug your shoulders and move on. And so we just want to make sure we didn't lose that edge or that energy, do what we need to do to win.
And here is a look at the NFC playoff picture. The Packers won yesterday to hold their division lead and number 2 seed. The Vikings remain the 6th seed, 1 game up on the Rams. Minnesota would need to beat Green Bay with a Week 16 win, plus have them lose to Detroit or Chicago in order to take the division because of the division record tiebreaker. That is going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. May hope brighten your holiday and inspire you in the new year. Happy holidays from Essentia Health.
Wi-Fi here, Wi-Fi there, Wi-Fi where you've never Wi-Fi'd before. Wi-Fi beyond walls, beyond boundaries, beyond compare. Wi-Fi like your house is one giant hotspot, the hottest hotspot. Sound extreme? It is.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christine Ripp, a family physician at St. Luke's P.S. Rudy Medical Clinic. Biking to work sets me up to have a great mood and a great attitude for the rest of the day. In a health system where sometimes patients can be seeing multiple different specialists, a primary care physician puts all those together. We act as a team leader to make sure that they are getting the care that they need. What I'm doing is taking care of people and making them happier and healthier.
Get ready for a weekend of fun when Eskimo presents the Arrowhead Ice Fishing and Winter Show.
Look, Dad, we can fish for prizes.
Fish for rainbow trout at the frozen basin and win prizes and certificates valued at over $10,000. Visit the live educational Alaskan Grizzly Bear Show and exhibit.
Mom, this is cool.
Get your free photo inside the life-size snow globe. Get tips at the Icebox from top pros Tackle Terry Tuma and more. Family fun starts this Friday at the deck in Duluth. MNIceShow.com.
There are a lot of reasons why someone chooses to be an attorney, but I was motivated by one reason. I wanted to help people. And I've built Nicolay Law to become a firm full of people who are motivated to help others.
Clients generally come to us when they feel like their lives have been turned upside down.
So that's where we come in and they have somebody on their side.
They leave feeling as though they can rebuild their lives or grow from there.
Nicolay Law, the North Shore's injury, disability, and bankruptcy law firm.
It's a holiday hoopla, now through December 25th at Fond du Lac Casino. Every Wednesday and Thursday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., including Christmas Day, 25 names will be randomly drawn to play for holiday cash and prizes. You could jump into the money booth, play the disco board, or take a spin on the big prize wheel. Stop by the Players Club or log on to FondDuluthCasino.com for all the participation details. Wednesdays and Thursdays, come in for the games, cash, and prizes of the holiday hoopla and
have a great time out at Fond du Lac.
Men's Wardrobe by Mainstream Fashions for Men. The annual gift giver sale is going on now through December 31st. Mainstream. Open Sundays noon to 4 until Christmas.
After 20 years of brightening Park Point, a popular holiday light display found a new home at Glen Sheen this year. Marcia Hales used to put up her Spirit of the Light display at her home. This year, she gave it to the historic mansion. Head gardener Emily Ford says the display is legendary. She says it's been a great addition to winter at Glen Sheen.
It's been an honor to have it, and it's been really great to work closely with Marcia and kind of hear her stories. And getting to relive it here and have her here too is like one of the coolest honors I could ever ask for.
The holiday light display is free to walk through, and it will be up through the beginning of the new year. If either, I assume you've been there,
I've been to Marcia's place a lot.
Kelly, did you make it out there last year?
No.
No, it's worth it. Make sure you get out there this year. I'm really anxious to see what it's like.
It's simpler than Bentleyville, but it's heartfelt.
It's very heartfelt, yeah. Speaking of heartfelt, I hear you have a heartfelt forecast for us.
You're going to feel your heart pounding when you're out in the cold here next couple of days. We're looking for a high of 0 tomorrow. Wind chill advisory for Minnesota tonight. Then warmer but snowier as early as Thursday.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.